there's a life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold, but things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today.
Hello, good morning. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm your LaVern, and yes, this is One Street Over. What you doing? What's going on One Street Over from where you live in? Well, me and the girls are in the house this morning. It's a Veteran Service Office. Abigail and Gwen are here, and they're here at 7 a.m.
Aren't you proud?
I'm very proud of y'all. I almost didn't make it. I just was telling y'all, you just have that morning that everything just doesn't work right.
Yep.
It's been that way really since last night, and it's just been like boom. But fortunately, I don't have anywhere I have to urgently be this morning. Well, school, but
right.
I have first block planning, so I can at least go back by my house and
pick up some things.
Yeah, I didn't have time to even grab my lunch because it was like we put the news out for the kids 3 days a week, and I just could not get anything on my computer to work this morning. Oh. And finally, I was able, you reboot it, and it finally started working. I'm like, okay, and I just in time got it out, so they'll have it when school starts this morning, the kids. Well, because one of the newscasters, it's his birthday today. Oh. And he wanted to do the news, and I was just like, trying to get it posted for him. It's not on social media yet, but I'll do that. And then I left my horse in the house, and that's a no-no. We put him in the barn.
Zeke.
Yeah. I have a horse inside my house. If you've never lived with a Great Dane,
that looks like a Great Dane.
It's super awesome. He's hysterical.
It's the only dog that Mark can have.
Well, we've always had big dogs. We've had Newfoundlands and Great Danes.
You have to.
I mean, St. Bernards forever. Yeah. No, but Mark's dog is a chocolate lab.
Oh, okay.
I had a chocolate lab that we call it our Egyptian dog because he was, when we used to do English second language in the Egyptian community for a couple of years, right? Yeah. They had this dog that they were trying to find a home for, and I didn't want it. And I finally, I realized
they broke you down.
Well, no, I thought they were going to just dump it somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I got very concerned because they're not about pets like we are. No, not at all.
It's an animal.
I was in a class one time with a bunch of Egyptian women. It was a big class, and something was said about animals, and I said, I've been rescuing dogs for da-da-da, and she goes, you need to go to Egypt and rescue children. And I was like, ooh. But I mean, they have a very different view on animals.
Animals, yes.
And I was like, you right, chick. I mean,
there is a priority.
There is a priority, and I think we just, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but nonetheless, they just don't think. And I thought they're going to dump this dog, and so I took it and was trying to find a home for it. And my husband's like, I'm keeping it. And so we call him our Egyptian dog, but it's so funny. And there's a lot of stories that go along with that dog, but it's just hysterical. Yeah. But I miss my Egyptian friends. That's one of the things I don't get to do that English second language. That's the most fun.
Yeah.
I just loved that. That was so cool. But we're talking about y'all today, But it's just been a chaotic morning. It's just been crazy, and I will go get the horse out of my house.
Mine was just as smooth as could be.
Well, yeah, because you had to get up early. How far did you have to drive from?
It's about 30 minutes. 30
Okay. But you had to come to work anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
just early.
Just early. What time do your offices usually open?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So, I mean, as soon as y'all leave here,
you're headed to
the office.
We'll be there.
I wore my Rosie shirt for y'all today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah.
Rosie the Riveter. I thought the girls are there. We're talking military. I'm going to wear Rosie.
That's right. One
of my aunts was a Rosie Riveter.
Was she really?
She did.
World War II.
Aunt June. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what they said. I don't know. You hear so many stories from your family, and you wonder if they're true, but that's what I've heard.
But World War II, all the guys were over there fighting, so
we had
to step up.
Yeah, so. All right, ladies. We're Veteran Service Office. We have the best one in the world here in Robertson County.
We got another call from Hickman County the other day that says y'all were referred, so
yeah,
they're going to come over and see us on Friday.
See, that's
hour and a half drive, and they're going to come see Scott.
Well, because so many areas do not have good veteran service programs.
No.
We had another Kentucky one contacted our Facebook page.
Yeah. Yeah. I answered him the other day.
Well, and my son, when he got out of the military, he was in the GI. He went to and got his education. So what is it? GI Bill.
Yeah.
My brain is just between the finishing the talent show and all the things that weren't working in my house all the things that were going on in my house this morning. I'm in a but when he was as soon as he got out of the Army, he went to Cookeville, and they have a good one there.
Yeah,
I was going to brag on them because they've really been really supportive for him, and he's had good relationships with his.
Right.
So I think he's okay, but so many aren't. And you're talking about Kentucky.
Yep.
There's ones in. I can remember talking to a couple of veterans. I was at Cracker Barrel up in Mayfield with my mama, and I saw a guy from Vietnam there, and I asked him about
with a hat.
Yeah. And he was like, he was obviously having struggles and hadn't contacted the vet. I said, dude, Agent Orange is what's doing this to you. You need to get in touch with a good veteran service office. Turned out he even knew my friend Kenneth that got killed.
Oh,
there.
Wow.
So yeah, it was one of those kind of moments,
right.
and I don't know. There's so many people. I can't believe there's so many people that don't know about our office programs. Yeah. So kind of fill them in, Gwen. I'm going to have you pull I never tell people to get away from the mic a little bit, but you need to pull it out just a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah. I can hear you breathe.
Oh, sorry.
So, it's just kind of funny. And I know people, you may be catching it or not, but it's like I have to really watch my newscaster kids because they'll be sitting there, two of them, and one will be doing,
oh, yeah.
and you're like, but for some reason I'm catching that mic is a little more sensitive, and I thought she'll kill me if I don't tell her.
That's fine.
I can hear your breath.
It's very sensitive.
Yeah, for some reason, like
right on it.
We're coming up on October, so we're like start getting all, deep breathing. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I am a loon today.
Middle of the week.
Yeah, my kids will watch my show every now and then. They'll be like, "You were crazy this morning."
Yeah.
Anyway,
you were off the chain.
Anyway,
That's
so
okay.
All right, Veteran Service Office. Why don't we just start by defining what that is and what y'all do?
Go,
Abigail. You're on.
Our main responsibility is to help provide resources for veterans and help with claims. So filing disability claims to the VA and advocating for our veterans to the VA for claim purposes.
And regarding what? Yeah. I interrupted you. I thought you were done. Okay.
Because it's difficult to do this on your own if you don't know the system.
Right.
So a lot of our stuff that Abigail handles is people that have started it and then they get into the weeds and they don't know what they're doing.
And they make a mess of it.
Yeah.
Have to go clean up the mess.
So,
and that happens all the time.
A lot of our claims are that we're helping them navigate the system that we know better than they do. So,
Yeah.
What type of things? I mean, we mentioned Agent Orange, kind of service connected disabilities.
Yeah.
Thank you. See, again, I can't find my words today.
So
you need to help me.
When you have issues or disabilities that occurred from service, so those can be service connected for compensation.
Okay.
So you can get the money from the VA
Right.
for those issues that were caused by service. So that can be mental health issues, that can be presumptive issues like Agent Orange, or now Gulf War illnesses and burn pit exposure and toxic chemicals and everything like that. That's what those are. That's when VA recognizes that these issues were caused by these toxic exposures. That's called presumptive conditions. Then directly connected is when you were like injured in service. And then aggravated issues are when you had an issue prior to service and service made it worse. Aggravation. And then there's secondary issues when you have an issue that are one of those that causes another issue. So that's a secondary connection. So
like if you had something that, was affecting you, anxiety and mental illness and being able not to sleep and all this kind of thing, because maybe you had an injury and that's causing you not to be able to fully function, and then that adds, so it just all kind of snowballs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when you get an injury that causes you, I ran into a friend last night that was having some knee issues, and you just could see it, just her whole persona was different because she was hurting. And that can affect, if you don't see a way out of that and help for that, then that affects you with your mental health and all these things. And so it just layers.
You have diabetes and it develops into neuropathy. So you're being taken care of for diabetes, but now it's extended to something else. So anything like that's connected, they need to come in and see us.
Okay. And so talk about the hours you guys are open and availability and all those kinds of things, and what they need to bring with them. That paper that I never can remember the name of it.
DD 214, the golden ticket.
I wasn't even going to try to remember that one because I never remember that one, even on a good day.
That stands for discharge document. So DD 214 is the form number.
Yeah.
Or discharge document 214. That helps. That DD, now that I know what the DD stands for, I might actually remember it.
Unless you were discharged before they actually had the DD 214, and then you've just got discharge documents. You've got separation papers.
Okay.
So a lot of our Korean vets and some of our Vietnam vets that were there early.
Some of them still say DD 214, but they just look very different than they are now because they are very standardized now.
But we can get them for you if you don't have them. Come in and see us if you don't have them.
We can help request that.
Yeah, we can request those for you.
Very good.
So we're there from 8 to 4:30, Monday through Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, appointments are recommended. Wednesday's a free-for-all. Just come on in.
Don't say it like that.
Well, today.
There are days when it is a free-for-all, and we've got people coming and going all day.
But it's first come, first serve walk-ins on Wednesday.
And we just knock them out, as soon as you get in and get out, and we help with what we can, and you bring your 214 and you're good. And we can get you started if nothing else with that.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Well, see, that's the thing. You may have somebody come in on a Wednesday, and then you have to get them in for an appointment later on.
Yeah.
So it's just to start the process, like you said.
It's typical. We need to get them established with us first, do a representation form and all that good stuff, and then we'll sit down and discuss what you'll need for your claim specifically, and that will tell you more about what we need from you. Okay.
And to what some people may just come in because they're like, okay, I
need to check it out. Yeah.
Or they may even just be, I'm not planning on passing anytime soon, but I do want a military service and I want a placement in a military,
cemetery.
Cemetery, and you have to do that ahead of time, or sometimes it's
harder to do after.
Yeah, because I mean, I've seen so many people that they're like, "Well, I wish we'd have known." And it's like, you just got to stay.
That's what we're here for.
That's just
Talk
it.
to us.
I just had a meeting last week, 2 weeks ago, I don't know. Someone that just wanted to prepare so it was easier for his family later.
Yeah.
And I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people come in and are like, this is morbid, but, and I'm just like, no, not really, because this is
We've all
what we
got to take care
do.
of it.
Yep, exactly.
We've all got to
exactly.
take care of it. So
Exactly. So those are the kinds of things. That's just kind of, just the overview, I would say. But there's so many more things too. I mean, you guys are also connected and help with the programs. Just like I know we always talk about the little coffee thing that y'all have over at
Coffee and
camaraderie, and then all the things with the turkey shoots, and
which is coming up, by the way.
I thought, did they have we drove by there Saturday, and I was like, oh, they have a turkey shoot, and then I looked, I thought, no, they're doing renovation.
Oh, they're major
there was
renovations.
a bunch of people there, and that's when I realized, I was like, no, it's not turkey shoot month, Annette. That's in a few weeks.
Yeah.
When does it start?
I want to say the end of October.
Okay.
And then it's like, what, every weekend in
Every
November?
weekend through November.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it'll be like a 5 or 6 week.
I think
time
6.
stretch. Yeah.
I think so. I think it's 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But we just need to remind you too that when you go and participate in that kind of stuff, that gives them funds to where if they hear about a veteran that is
Right.
in need or a veteran's widow.
And we'll extend an invitation to all the veterans out there.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to come and join the VFW and the American Legion. They will love to have you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're involved in a lot of things. They do an honor guard, which is really, really impressive for all the funerals. We were just talking about burial and stuff. We've got a great honor guard that gets called on quite a bit. If the service branch cannot provide that, we're kind of a backup.
Okay.
And so we've got our guys that are part of the honor guard that would, that are more than happy to help you with all of that and taking care of all those details.
Okay.
But I mean, they're always saying, hey, join, if you want to sit around and be connected with a group of people that understand what you're have gone through. It's a great community to get in touch with. So.
Well, it's just nice. I will see my son around people who have served, and it's just a different verbiage.
Oh yeah.
Just a different way they talk.
Like a different language.
Yep.
And it's neat. And you need that support. You just need that support. So we just encourage you, if you have not made contact with the world's greatest veteran service office here in Robertson County, because people come from all over, you need to reach out. Did you give a phone number?
615-382-6506. 615-382-6506.
Very good.
And I'll answer the phone and we'll talk to you and we'll get y'all set up.
That's the first person you're going to talk to is Miss Gwen.
That's me.
And anyway, I just I just still remember the situation when you got that job and how
I'll tell you.
I just
Everything fell in line.
it's just
Everything fell in
the way
place.
the good Lord works.
Yep,
But when your friend forgets to tell you about something.
To the day of.
Till the day of. Well,
right.
Terry, I mean, if for those of you who don't know, Terry Wilson was in here and he was talking about needing somebody for this position.
Admin.
And Gwen was looking for a position, and it hit me, we need to reach out to Gwen, and then I forgot to call her until
The day
last
of-
day of
Oh, yeah.
application. And I told Terry, I said, you've got to take her application because she's the person you need. I said, she's a military brat. I mean, I said all the
I had a
things.
passion for it.
Yeah, that's why I told him. I said she's got the life experience. She's got the passion. This is your girl, and I'm so sorry.
And it's been great.
I'm so
great.
excited. I'm so excited because I mean,
It's been wonderful.
It's just a perfect.
And we
fit.
love the new office. We've been in there for just over a year
Yes.
now,
Get
and
to hang out.
we love the new digs. So
hang out with Mayor.
yeah, I get to see him come and go.
Yeah,
Get
for
to
sure,
see him.
for sure.
Get to see
I
him.
still haven't got by and seen the office. I'll come by during fall break.
Okay.
I just
We'll
y'all
expect
remind me.
you.
Yeah, it's coming up in a couple of weeks. Yeah, fall break's coming up, y'all. 2 weeks
Already.
And us teachers, we're going.
Can't get here soon
I'll
enough.
tell you, when school first starts, it's just like,
Right. Tidal wave.
Yeah, it really is because there's just so much stuff. And you got a whole new group of seniors that are trying to get ready
Right.
for everything, and that just hits them like a wave.
Yeah.
And it hits you that this group of seniors are going to be leaving soon.
yeah, or
You-
out
though
the
you
door.
think about the ones that have left that you never see anymore, and
Yeah.
it's hard. It's hard. I tell teachers all the time, I was like, I guess they just kind of get used to it, but I'm just like,
No, I miss them. They're gonna
My
go.
babies.
yeah.
Exactly.
So,
My babies.
but yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, it's all beautiful. But yeah, we're ready for fall break. It's coming up. Robertson County fall break. We're just 2.5 weeks. We'll be the 13th through the 17th. We'll be on fall break. So
So you got to come see us.
I'll come see you. I'll come see you.
Come see the office.
And I remind you too that October 7th we're closed because that is a primary election day, and so because our schools are used as polling places, the schools will be closed on the 7th, and then the general election is December 2nd, and it'll be closed as well. So I'll just keep reminding people of that
Yeah.
because it's not on the regular calendar. So.
Yeah, since we moved from the county building, the county government building over across the street to the plaza, that is the one thing that I miss. Because right now it's all early voting. So there would be a lot of people milling around, and a lot of the veterans would drop in and see us. So
okay.
we don't get that traffic anymore.
Yeah.
But if you're over there ery voting, want to come say hi, we're more than
just
happy to.
across the street, it's not that far.
Just across Brown Street.
Yeah, so there you go. And, well, you've got a stack of papers there, Miss Gwen.
Well, I
What do
just
you wanna-
brought some. September is Suicide Awareness Month, and so I just wanted to make that aware that 988 is a suicide and crisis lifeline. If you're in any type of trouble or know someone who is, have them call that number. We've had
Sorry.
several. We've had a couple of vets here in Robertson County that have committed suicide. So we've dealt with that with the families, and it's a traumatic time for us, because if we've known the vet and knew that he was in trouble, and now all of a sudden it's come to this. So we want to be sure that for September, I know it's wrapping up, but it's 988 is the number to call if you need someone to talk to, or if you need some direction. They'll be happy to help you with that.
Well, and we've had, we had a student at Greenbrier that committed suicide. There's one in Cheatham that just recently did as well.
Right.
And it just is so hard because we've got these 988 posted all over the school.
Right.
I have a poster right beside my door.
Call or text, by the way. Call
Yeah,
or
or
text.
text.
988.
Yeah, call or text 988.
Yeah.
And anything, just anything you can do, guys, to help others. And you just have to do the best you can, because so often you don't see things coming at all.
I know.
And
anymore,
that's what happened with their student. And I mean, everybody's just blindsided. I have a friend whose son committed suicide, and same thing with him. They just had no clue.
Out of the blue.
No clue.
Yep.
So the more you can post, I love these. I'm going to show this right here.
These are stickers.
These
Or
are
magnets.
Magnets. Yeah, we've got these at school, and the more you can post these and just make sure that this 98 number is out there, more the better.
Yeah.
And the only one thing we collect phones in our school, and we don't want them having their phones, and so we
nice.
have like this. I have this caddy on the back of my, like across the way, put their phone in. Mm-hmm. Well, little knuckleheads, they've been grabbing. I had a whole stack of these because Dr. Stephanie Evans, she came in at the end of last year, and we did a special on suicide prevention.
Right.
And she brought me just a huge stack of these, and they've got them in Spanish and
Right.
English. And so I've had these stacked in and they figured out they can stick those in the.
And you think it's a phone.
And people think and if you don't go up and physically, it's like you just see this
Right.
from your desk, and you think, well, there's a phone back there. No. Sneaky guys. Kids crack me up. They just do the
High
things
school
they do. I'm telling you.
If they would just use that power for other things.
Little knuckleheads. I'm telling you, I love them, but they crack me up. Some of the stuff they think they're getting away with, you know.
Yep.
So anyway, all right. What else we need to talk about?
I brought in a thing that we found about. It's from American Legion magazine, and I was surprised when I read that 45% of PACT Act claims processed between April and September of 2023 were denied.
Really?
Because of just simple errors, and things that that the VA either didn't look through thoroughly, or were either submitted. It could have been submitted on the wrong form.
Submitted in error, maybe.
Right. So 45%. If you've gotten a denial of your conditions, come in and see us. We may be able to take a second look at it and say, oh, this is what happened. We can go ahead and resubmit that.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people, they jump through all the hoops that the VA has for them, which can be a lot, which can be, daunting for a lot of people. And then they get the denial and they go, okay, well, that's that, done, finished, through. No, don't ever just, until we can say, look, our experience says this probably isn't going to fly.
Yeah.
But Terry's put through, when Terry was director, he put through things that even Scott today is amazed. Scott will go, I can't believe that ever got approved, but it did.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if you get a denial, don't think that that's you're through, you're done. Come see us and we can take a second look at it and see what's going on.
And all I have to do to start that process again, come see us, sign your representation form. We'll get access to your claims file with the VA so that we can take a look at it again and see why it was denied exactly, and maybe what was missing, or if there was an error or something like that, and then we can either add more evidence to it, or if there's an error, we can handle that.
See if we can fix it.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then be patient.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, always a process.
Because we've got a vet that came to us who had seen another organization, and he'd been with them for quite a while, and you know who I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And he was just not patient. He just wanted it done, yesterday. I've been dealing with this for years, and I just want it taken care of. And he didn't want to understand the process.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's gone back to his previous handlers, and it's like, okay, fine, we don't force you to stay here. But but we've dealt. Scott's been doing this for a long time.
The process, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the VA is the VA, so it's going to do what it's going to do, and so you just got to be patient and let it work its way through and work its way up. And and we wish him the best, but it's like we've Abigail spent weeks. She spent a long time going through all of the stuff of 10 or 15 years that he had been dealing with this, and she said, "Here's what you got to do," and he apparently didn't want to follow the process.
So is it one of those situations? And is it one of those situations that he probably had a claim and he just didn't want to do his part on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, guys, I don't get that.
Yeah.
You want. I run into this with kids and people that we work with through mission work,
right?
I get so many people, more the schools than anything. Mm-hmm. People will ask me because they know I'm now on the inside, and everybody,
you're one of them.
I'm one of them. And so now that I'm on the inside, and everybody's like, "We need to fix the schools." It's like, well, what do you want to fix? What specifically are you concerned about? And then they'll address a situation that is the result of the bureaucracy that we've built and the system that we have put in place, and you can't just turn it over like a stack of cards.
Yeah.
You can't.
There's a process,
and we have brought that process upon us, and you have to work with it. Everybody's like, well, we teach to the test, and unfortunately, that's what we have to do right now.
Right.
Not me, because I'm a career teacher. God bless you, people, all my teacher friends. It's just not fair.
Yeah.
I get to have all the fun with the kids,
right,
and they're teaching math and English and all the things that are tested.
Right.
And they have to get a certain amount of curriculum in, and then they're going to get tested, and then they're going to, if a kid chooses not to even try, even though they know it and the teacher did their job, it reflects on the teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, where's the responsibility?
Yeah, and you've got some kids, you just cannot, you do everything you can to try to reach them, and they just won't won't respond.
Well, and it's like how seriously do they take the test?
Yeah. Well, a lot of kids, unfortunately, it's
all a joke.
It's all a joke to them. A joke. And you just, we were talking with our principal yesterday about how that if you can find things that make them want to be at school, it kind of changes that.
Right.
And that's one of the big things with our career and technical education, has given them different things to get interested in, to make them, because it's like, well, you can't do this if you don't do this.
Right.
So I'm getting off track, but it's a process, and it's what we've built. The CTE programs in the education system are something that they're implementing to try to help navigate the waters of the things that we see that we don't like in education, to see if we can't maybe get them on a different track, on a better track, back to what we originally hoped education would be. And you got to do the same thing with any kind of government.
Well, with us, with the VA, it literally takes an act of Congress
to change any laws and such.
Yeah.
I mean, literally.
We have to work within the federal law when it comes to VA.
And
so
it's through Congress that all that takes place.
We're not about loopholes or anything like that. We're trying to work within the system.
Yeah.
You try working with loopholes, and the loopholes will come back and bite you in the backside real fast. And I mean,
I've seen so many veterans come back and they get like deaded for something from 15 years ago or something like that.
Imagine? Oh
it's
my!
Always thousands of dollars, because it just builds over time.
Yeah.
And if you have to play the game.
Right.
It's just, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
We're dealing with a situation right now. We have, different friends that are immigrants and refugees and things like that. We got a lot of friends from Ukraine, but, and I don't really know what happened, but somehow or another, I guess President Trump paused the refugee program from Ukraine. And as a result, those who are already here, and I may be getting this really wrong, those who are already here, who have been working and building a life here, and when their work visas run out, then they're stuck in. Well, no, because that wasn't, my understanding was that wasn't the intent of what the pause was. The pause was to stop bringing in anybody, to say, okay, we need to pause on that. But the ones that are here, they've built a life here. They have nothing in Ukraine anymore.
So now suddenly they're in limbo.
Yeah. And so those kinds of things, and like you said, an act of Congress or a presidential decree or, what is it? What is the
executive order?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Executive order. I saw the funniest thing with Rubio the other day. And he was just joking. He says, these people that have weddings on Saturdays during football season, I think we need an executive order, President Trump. Because, apparently he's a big football fan. But I thought that was the funniest thing. I'm not a football fan, but I thought that was hysterical.
That's funny.
That was cute. We need an executive order. No weddings on football Saturday. So stupid. All right, ladies. Let me do a break. I've been sitting here texting with Miss Julie Bernard. I was like, what you doing this week, sister? I love talking about the Bernards because they have such a great place out there, Bernard's Custom Cuts and Market. I said, what's going on? Because they just had their Pasture to Plate dinner on Friday night. And just had a wonderful time. They thank you for all that came out and supported them there, and just just wonderful, wonderful stuff. Because everything is so fresh, and it's it was grown there. I mean, they do their own processing with their meats, and you just can't beat it. I said, so what are you working on this week? She says, well, the pork case is full. They processed pork yesterday, and this is stuff that they raised, y'all. You can't get any better. And so their fresh case is absolutely full, so get on out and take advantage of that. And they want to remind you, and I told you about this yesterday, but October 11th is their Fall on the Farm. And it is a big fall festival, Fall on the Farm, October 11th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's a free event. They're going to have vendors, food, beverage vendors, live music, hay rides, bounce house, corn pit. The farm store, they've also still have some fall decorations and pumpkins and corn stalks, mums, things like that. If you want to, deck everything out for fall, you can come by and see them. I saw two of the kids. They have their popcorn that they have harvested and packaged. The kids have their popcorn, TNT popcorn.
Nice.
And I just think that is just adorable. And they're just so much fun. I love that family. And you'll have fun. Just go out and see them. Their hours, they are open Tuesday through Saturday. They're open from 7 to 4, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Again, Tuesday through Saturday, and you can come by and grab breakfast. You can come by and grab some lunch, go in and, again, get some of that TNT popcorn, and just anything else. I mean, that's a great place. If you're having a hard time coming up with a gift for somebody, go by. You'll find something. Maybe you just fix them a fresh meats basket or something like that. I mean, just great stuff. And
something they don't have to take care of.
Yeah, exactly. And all fresh, all prepared right there at Bernard Farms. And I tell this story all the time because I think it's just hysterical. I was in there talking to her one day. We went in and got lunch. It was during summer. And we were sitting there talking to Julie. This woman comes in and she has this package of sausages. And she comes up to the counter. She goes, "Can you help me?" She said, "This says there's no MSG in this package. But sometimes they will add da-da-da-da." And Julie goes, "Well, ma'am, I'm they, and I didn't."
I know what's in there.
I just love it. Oh, it's so funny. It just hurt. And she just said it's nice and polite. But I was like, "I'm they, and I didn't." Oh, I love Julie Bernard.
Answer.
She's funny. But anyway, go see them. Bernard Farms Custom Cuts and Market. Get out there and see them. They are, of course, up in Orlinda, 7536 Clay Gregory Road in Orlinda. Go see them. And do not miss Fall on the Farm coming up on October 11th. We'll be talking more about it. And tell them U-Turn sent you. All right, what's next?
I don't know. What's next?
This is going to be, Gwen's going to be like, "See, we were done in 30 minutes, LaVern. I don't have to get there at 7 a.m. I'm getting a message from Gwen yesterday. "Can I come in at 7:30? I'm like, "No, we're talking veterans for an hour."
For an hour?
Well, if I'd had somebody that needed the slot, we would have,
see.
but I didn't.
We would have
anybody.
yielded.
I could have bumped you to 7:30, but I didn't have anything. Just on everything was last week.
Yeah.
I had 10 people wanting airtime last week, and I just hadn't everywhere to put them.
Yeah.
Because we had the Fall in the Briar.
Oh, yeah.
We had the Robinson County Fair.
Right.
We had the Charlie Kirk event out at the park. We had a fentanyl event.
Wow.
I mean, you name it.
Stuff.
There was everything last week, and we did the best we could, y'all.
Feast or famine.
Yeah, it's just it. So now we're,
You want to talk CNPs?
what's CMPs? I have no idea.
Those are the exams that are ordered.
Part of the process for claims is a veteran, after filing, has to go for a VA evaluation. So an exam done by a VA contracted doctor.
Oh.
These are called C&P exams, compensation and pension exams, C&P.
Gotcha.
And that specifically for claims. So it's going to be supposed to be a doctor that's qualified to do whatever the evaluation is.
To evaluate whether or not you do have PTSD.
Or how bad it is.
Yeah.
So really these are to evaluate, if you have it, the diagnosis will be marked on there, and then how bad that diagnosis actually is.
Gotcha.
So for, say, a knee problem, it's going to be like a measurement of range of motion, and if it's painful, and what makes it worse, and that sort of thing.
Okay.
So that's going to, yeah.
Well, so now I have noticed on one of the convenient cares over here, I'm trying to think, it's kind of
Urgent care, I think.
Yep, they're kind of in behind, kind of in the CVS area, but it's, well, maybe over there by Torino's.
Yeah.
Is it kind of behind
it's
Torino's?
up
Is that
behind
it?
Torino's, yeah.
And I've noticed on their marquee that they provide for veterans
Right.
care. So would that be an approved one?
So C&P exams they're done by VA contracted vendors. These are specific doctors that are signed up with VA to do these.
Okay.
And they work for specific companies that VA contracts with. There's 3 companies at the moment that are vendors.
So
for
that's
this.
not the same kind of thing. That's just a place where a veteran can go
Yes.
Yeah.
and be taken care of.
Right.
Yes.
And
healthcare.
they'll accept VA insurance or VA.
Oh, okay. Because there's also one up in Greenbrier that does the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. No, I understand.
But
So
yeah.
do some of the veterans get kind of, they're like, they don't want to go do the
Well, that's sometimes that's a big hang up. It's like, we don't want to go see a doctor. We don't want to do all
I
that.
want to drive. And it's like, well, if you want the claim to go through, you need to go. Because if VA can't evaluate or confirm you have the thing you filed for, guess what? Denied. immediate.
Yeah.
Almost immediate. It's going to be denied.
If you
so
don't.
if you don't,
Right.
Okay.
yeah, it's very important.
Do what they say. Right?
We got to follow the VA rules here. It's part of the process. We have to do it.
Okay.
And they will be notified. We both Abigail and I wish that they would get some kind of consistent notification
Standard.
because they'll be notified by mail. They can be notified by phone. They can be notified by
Text,
by
email,
text. And
and it depends on which contracted company
yeah.
it is. So I've seen OptumServe text, VES will send a letter, priority mail or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
and then what's the other one? QTC will like send an email.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And so it's like, can y'all just get a stamp?
Get on the same page.
Notifying your vets, our vets, that this is what's happening. Because we get phone calls that say, I got an email from this. Is it legit? Should I do this? Because
They don't recognize the company
Right.
that's contracted with VA. It doesn't say it's a VA exam. It's just
gotcha.
from this company, and they're
Right.
just like, "Who is this? Is this what you're talking about?" And I'm like,
Right.
"Yeah,
Right.
yep, that's it."
Well, and I get that because there's so much scam stuff out there.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
we haven't talked lately about it, but I got scammed really bad this summer. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Somebody impersonated my boss.
Oh no!
Big.
Wow.
Big. Cost me some money.
Wow.
I was able to retrieve some of it, but yeah. Well, it didn't hit me near as bad as it could have.
Right.
And but it was just a perfect storm.
Wow.
Perfect storm.
Yeah.
And I've still, and I still look into it and I'm like, how did I fall for that? And then I go, well, I see completely how I did. And and of course it's made me even trust, and I was always so careful.
Mm-hmm.
And you just don't ever think you can't get sucked in.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you're busy and you're distracted,
Yep.
Yep. And you think, well, of course I can do that. And it just,
Well, we're at in our office. The county has scam stuff from IT that
yeah.
They test us.
they test us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So there's
that's
fake
good.
scams.
And it,
Well, I knew that there's some offices that do
oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
About the time it happened to me, we were at a event, revival event for a weekend. It was a spiritual thing.
Right.
And it was a bad weekend because I was still just like so mad at myself, embarrassed,
Right.
distressed over the financial hit, even though it wasn't terrible. It was still, it was more than I would have liked for it to have been.
Right. Yeah.
I would like for it to have been none. But I had a woman that was sharing with me that her dad was part of a big corporation, and they were always testing them, and they were so diligent. But still, he got hit for something. It was like $100,000. They
my
scammed from a
gosh.
company.
Oh, good, great.
And she was telling me all about it. I'm like, how in the world?
Because
We do because we do so much digitally.
yeah. Exactly.
I canceled everything I had.
Yeah.
And just started over with every card, everything, because I was just like, well, what if they got this from that? What if they because you never know how they could kind of piggyback on
Yep.
things
Oh, yeah.
and
Yep.
how they can get into these little things that have everything.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you guys, you got to be careful about the scam. So I understand why veterans would call and say, hey,
Is this legit? Yeah. Should I
get
answer
it.
this?
Yeah.
Should I do
Yeah.
this?
So much scammy stuff around VA anyways.
Yeah.
So I understand,
know.
and I'd rather them ask than
Sure.
wonder. Yeah.
Well, I know that Scott came in and was talking about, there was probably 6-7 months ago, there was just a particular scam that was hitting hard where they were trying to get them to sign on with attorneys. And
Yes.
you remember that?
It's
And-
like, if you have to pay to file a claim,
Don't
you're
do
with
it.
the wrong person.
Yes. Yeah.
We do not charge you anything, and you get your full benefits that you're applying for.
Yep.
You're not paying anybody else a portion of
Even
them.
with appeals, the appeals process, an attorney can do it. Okay, we're not saying that they can't, but we're saying that we can and have the resources with like the state and appeals team and such to do your appeal process for nothing. So it's like, why go to an attorney? They're trying to take 30% of your back pay.
And they'll
Stop.
also be charged for it. They'll charge you back for every hour.
Right.
Yes.
Every hour.
Yeah, there's the attorney fees, and then they take a cut of the end
Whatever you
result.
get.
I can remember my husband, this has been years and years ago, but he had a year that he had a botched surgery that just completely crippled him for a year. And he was on temporary disability for, about 12 months. And after that, people come up to us, well, how'd you do that? And how'd you get that? And I'm like, if it's legit, it's not a problem.
Right.
We had no issue. We were like, here's what happened. We filed it. It was, and the problem you get into is when there's something maybe that's a little harder to prove.
Right.
And people, I can remember so many people coming and asking us about the process of doing that and wanting to get an attorney involved.
Yeah.
And I said, well, if you've got a legitimate claim, just get it you just get a legitimate doctor, maybe two, and then you just file it with, with the Social Security. And I said, you'll be stunned that if it's cut and dry, it goes more quicker than you think.
Yeah.
But I said, the minute you call an attorney, every hour they do, they're going to tack on, and then they're going to get a percentage of whatever you get.
Right.
So
From then on.
for VA, when an
It's
attorney
crazy.
takes on an appeal, it's like what you're saying. They will make that process as difficult as they can
Because they get that.
because they get more money from it. They get more
making
hours.
man.
They get more hours, but then the longer they can make your appeal last, like appeals typically last right now, it's like I think 3 to 5. They're expecting 5 years. That's normal for that appeal process, unless you're over 75. Then there's anyway.
That's a fast lane.
Then there's a fast lane, but for an attorney, they're trying to make it last the most amount of time of that or longer because the longer it lasts, the more back pay you're going to get and the more money they'll get out of their cut of that.
And they
And
don't,
all the hours they're going to bill you.
And all that, the hours.
and they don't have any other avenues than what we work with.
Yeah.
It's not like they have a special back door for attorneys that,
Yeah.
you
There's
get
not.
priority.
No.
It's the same amount of time either way.
The state representatives have a fabulous appeals team that have a very great success rate, and it's
And they know their
probably
stuff.
better than attorneys because we
Yeah.
get way more training
Right.
than attorneys do on
Oh,
this process.
I can see that.
So
for sure.
it's
And speaking of training, we're going to be out of town.
Oh, we're about
next
to
week.
go on our annual conference.
Our annual conference is in Knoxville.
Sunday to Wednesday next
Yeah,
week.
so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the office will be
So
closed.
don't come see us.
Right, so you got a training, and it's a mandatory training that
Yep.
you have to go
You're-
to.
We go once a year. It's an annual conference. We have classes all day, every day for 3 days. So
Get to hear all the latest. We've got keynote speakers that tell us what's going on, and
it's really a great time.
it is. Learning, like I say, it's a continual learning process. I mean, things change and things
We
get
have-
updated, and
We have that conference. We get monthly trainings. We get quarterly trainings that are mandatory. Like we're trained all the time on all kinds of stuff.
testing and all kinds of stuff.
Don't
so.
call an attorney, y'all.
No.
That's the
Please
point of all
don't
this.
call the attorney.
Don't call the attorney. Go and see them. Go and see them. And I've got great friends that are attorneys, but you just got to be so careful. You got to
And
be
then-
so careful who you align with.
And then once you sign over your power of attorney to a lawyer,
Yep.
sometimes it's difficult to untangle that with the attorneys.
Yeah.
Once you sign a retainer, you're contracted in with an attorney.
And
So,
so-
we can't get it back from them because
Right.
you are in that contract.
You have given them permission to see all of your VA paperwork, and
Yeah.
we can't. If they've got the POA on your claim, then we can't see anything.
That's insane.
Yeah, it
You
is.
would think that, once you're just like, okay, this isn't working out and you're not representing me and you can't get it back. Mm-hmm. Man, you got to be so careful what you put your name to, folks.
Usually you're in that contract for a certain amount of time or until the claim is done. So when the claim's done, your money's
can be-
gone. Kiss it
yeah.
goodbye,
Yeah.
And if you've signed an intent to file, you've got a year. So you're wasting a year for that to expire, and then once that expires, the attorney can't do anything because now that's done.
Intent doesn't have
So-
anything to do with it.
So have we convinced you that if you've got anything going on with veteran service related, that you need to go and see the Veteran Service Office here in Robeson County and make sure you get the proper help? I'm going to pause for a second. It's 10 till. We need to talk about one of our other sponsors, Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. Love these folks. They've been with us a long time from the very beginning. They have been our longest running full-time sponsor. And so we want to tell you right now, if you need some help in real estate, give them a call. Maybe you want to be a realtor. I love talking about how that Barry says, you want to be a realtor? I might talk you out of it. He's very straightforward. He goes, it's not for everybody. But if you believe it's something you want to do and you have a passion for it, it's great. Rebecca was the first one to get on board. She was one of the first in the area to be a senior real estate specialist, so she's been at it a long time. And she is absolutely just a big fan of the Exit team. They were with the Garden Gate Exit team for many years and went out on their own to start a new branch of the Exit tree with Exit Prime Realty, with his brokerage office here in Springfield and then her agency office at White House. So Barry came out of the media marketing background. We always talk about that, because it's essential. If you have property that you want to show, people now, they don't just want a picture of the property and details. They want drone footage. They want a walkthrough tour. How about just a good video? He can do all of those things. And if you want somebody that will properly package it for you, or maybe you're not even sure that you're wanting to list something right now, they'll do a free market analysis for you and let you know just what you're looking at, what your expectations should be. People will ask them all the time, is it a good time to buy? Barry's answer always is, it's always a good time to buy. Even if interest rates are higher than you want them to be, that means housing prices overall go down. Interest rates are low, housing prices go up. He says it's going to balance out in the long run. They're not making any more property. So one thing's for sure, if you see something you want, you better get on it. It might be the only time in your lifetime that it'll ever be for. So I have some friends of mine that his boyhood home that his parents had sold came on the market. And he had always wanted to, and I mean, all of a sudden it's like, we're moving. I'm like, what? And it's just like, you have to jump on that kind of stuff.
We're moving back home.
And so he was just thrilled to be able to move back into a boyhood home. And I think it's because of the sledding. It's up on this big hill, and they can sled whenever they have snow. And I think that's the reason he wanted to go back there right there. But anyway, I digress. But if you see things like that, you can't wait. You got to move on it, because you may never have another opportunity. Barry and Rebecca can help you out no matter what your issue is in the real estate market, buying, selling, want to be a realtor. They are Cross-Plainians. They're Robertson Countyans, been here about as long as me, so it's home. But they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky, because also, like me, they're originally from Kentucky, so they get it. What if I live in Kentucky and work in Tennessee? Well, they have a state income tax. You got to figure that into the bottom line, and they'll help you do that. Barry and Rebecca Richards, Exit Prime Realty. If you want to connect with them, you can go to sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy, B-U-Y, robertscounty.com, or give Rebecca a call, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425. Let them know you turned Cincha. All right. What else you want to talk about, y'all? We got 7 minutes. You got anything? What is this that you have in front of you here?
Oh, that was just the
PACT Act info.
The PACT Act info that.
Oh, okay.
The denials that.
Well, very good. Yeah. Remind them again where you're located, what your hours are, and all the things, and that you're going to be out next week.
Yes. We're across Brown Street from the Robertson County Government Building, where you get your car tags and pay your property tax, and right now early vote. Mm-hmm. Our physical address is 502 8th Avenue East. It'll come up on your GPS. But we're right across the street from where we used to be.
The Roberts County Plaza building.
Yes, the Plaza building, where the county mayor is. Where the county mayor hangs out. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, appointments recommended. Please, if we've got a minute, we can get you in, give us a call. We've got a lot of vets that just show up, and it's like, no, that's not the way it works. So
walk-ins on Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesdays you can come in anytime, and we'll
walk-in Wednesday.
Walk-in Wednesday. Yep. Wild walk-in Wednesday.
Wild walk-in Wednesday.
Wild Wednesday.
So give us a call Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday if you want to drop by, and if we've got an opening, if we don't have anything planned for that morning or that afternoon, chances are we'll be able to sit down and talk to you. Next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we're out of the office. All three of us will be in Knoxville for our annual conference. So we always look forward to that. It's a chance to get out and we get to see all the other VSOs from around the state because it's a statewide conference.
A lot of networking.
Yeah.
How many people usually? How many VSOs are there across the state?
Oh, the VSOs.
Yeah.
It's just under 200.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, the fact that we can serve our veterans in that way, I think, is wonderful.
Tennessee's one of the best.
Yeah, and as far as from what I understand, it's statewide. There's a VSO in every county.
Oh, really?
Some of the smaller counties may overlap.
95 counties.
But we've got a VSO office in every county.
Okay. Very
As
good.
opposed to Kentucky that has regions. So they may have 6 regions and one VSO for that entire region. So
No wonder that guy I was talking to was like, I can't get any help.
Yeah.
So
we
That's
hear,
why we get Kentucky vets.
Yeah, we got them from Murray. We've got them from Auburn. We've got them from Russellville. We've got them that come over the state line to see us all the time. So
that makes sense. Now I didn't realize, man, that's not good.
Yeah, no, it's not. Their system is. I've since learned that North Carolina has a similar setup that we do. They've got a VSO in every county over there. So
that's good.
But yeah, we're happy to see you. We're happy to help.
Come see him.
Dig up that DDG-14 if you got any problems. So. Otherwise, it could take a minute to get with the National Archives to get that to us, and we'll do our best to get that taken care of too.
Very good, very good.
So.
Well, we're talking with Gwen and Abigail from the VSO office here in Springfield, and we're just here at the very end. I saw Lee Marie coming in. This is Wednesday. I've been having a hard time remembering what day of the week it is.
I was on vacation last week, so it's like,
you're like, I'm just disoriented. So I
got to look at the calendar.
Yeah.
What day is it? Oh, okay.
And I'll just, programming note, I am working fall break week because my son and his beautiful bride have decided to get married the week after fall break on a Thursday. And so, I'm like, what?
Obviously they were listening to the guy in Florida.
So
No football Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
No Saturday
Rubio knows, but honestly, they're just, they're likely to be cheaper,
Yeah.
A lot cheaper, actually.
Yeah. And honestly, it's made it a little more convenient for the rehearsal dinner, too.
What fun.
Yeah, so it's all, so it's going to be fun, but we're going to miss 3 days of school. I'm so sorry. But, it's my son's wedding. I'm going to be there.
See ya.
Yes.
So, So I told my students, I said, we're going to get back from fall break. I'm going to be here 2 days and then gone 3. I'm so sorry. But we'll have stuff for them to do and, get involved with. But so I will be here fall break, but then Lee Marie will be filling in for me during the wedding, and she's on her way in with another full hour of local programming. She sent me a note not to forget about Smoke on the Ridge is happening this weekend. They're coming in tomorrow. Actually have them on the calendar tomorrow to come in and talk about all the things happening there. But this is the big barbecue contest music festival in Ridgetop, and that is on the 27th. That's this Saturday, and it's an all-day event, but we'll get some more specifics on that tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. I love Ridgetop. It's a neat place. It's so historic because it was like the resort area for Nashville back before, there were automotives and things. They'd ride the train to come up here, and it was just,
the getaway.
Yeah, it was the getaway. A little bit cooler, they say, from being down on the river.
Right.
Coming up on the ridge, and it's a little cooler. So anyway, you ready to kick us out of here? I guess she's going to make us go. Lee Marie's on her way in, so get ready for it. And thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Abigail. And stay tuned again for The Go Show, another full hour of local programming from our sweet friend Lee Marie here on 1100 WSGI. God bless. Have a wonderful day.